Alright, hello everyone, it's Favrneel back with our new Deckset. It's finally here. Alright, so I'm kinda excited to do this opening. I was supposed to get this Deckset on like Friday, last Friday, but like because of some delays, they were supposed to come to Malaysia on like last Thursday, but because of like some delays in the immigration or something like that, or not immigration, sorry, in the customs and whatnot. Okay, not immigration, I got that wrong. I think they kind of like withheld this thing for like about like 2 days or 3 days. So officially, like in Malaysia, we got it on Monday. So I got this like a week after the release, official release. So that's about it. But I mean, the wait is over. Finally, I have Favrneel in here, right here in my hand. So without further ado, let's get straight into review. We have actually over here we have Kanji Meguro and we have Favrneel over here. Now Kanji Meguro and Favrneel is actually from when we got Dear Days. So Dear Days is if you guys have not known, it's actually like a Nintendo / Steam Nintendo Switch game. So we have a lot of like DLCs and like new characters and whatnot. So we have Favrneel over here, and it says Favrneel, nothing here. It tells you here on this side is the contents of the box, and then there's this one, and then you have Vanguard D, and then you have the Dear Days over here. So I don't know why is my camera still. You have to bear with me for a bit because I really want to show you this like on here, so we can just try to remove that for a bit. Okay, now we have Kanji Meguro and we have Favrneel. It's all in this this very nice art illustration. Now we try to open it, and so we have the deck box. So this is quite nice. So we get the deck box. We have the Cardfight Vanguard. It's all in purple with Kanji Meguro over here in this like this big muscle ass man. Okay, so we have also Kanji Meguro over here, and then we have Favrneel. Alright, so this is kind of a very nice deck box. So I'm glad they kind of like gave the deck box as well. So we have the deck over here. So this is going to be the deck set, of course. They said that. One thing I have to mention that Favrneel is actually from like he is in VG-D-SS07. Ground Grace, along with Ground Grace, which is 06, and Office, which is 08. So if you really want to like jump into Vanguard, I suggest you like get this deck set. It's only like about like 200 at this point, but with 200 you get like the the back box, this box, and sleeves, and of course obviously the deck as well. We get to the deck later because that's the whole whole main point of this. And then you can remove this one, and then after that we have the sleeves, which I think this is about like 50 sleeves. It's not 70 sleeves or someone mistaken. Yeah, technically speaking it's 50, so clear sleeves is about like 53. Okay, so there's 53 clear 53 sleeves, character sleeves. So we have Favrneel over here, so that's quite nice as well. And then you have nothing over here. So yeah, so this is the short storage box, so you can fit like 2 big ones. You can fit the normal ones over here, short ones, 2 of them, and then the rest is just like you have the space for another. So technically speaking, you can do like this, right? Yeah. So that's about it. Alright. So now, without further ado, let's get straight into we can move this aside for now, and then move this aside for now. We can move this box aside for now. We can start to like doing this. Actually, this whole deck set coming in the way. So there we see here. One thing I'm kind of bummed out about for this deck set is that this deck is not actually in Favrneel is actually originally was printed as FFR. So this time around they kind of like reprinted with common common foiling. So I didn't really like the common foiling over here. So it's kind of a bit of a bummer. Now if I can figure out the way on how to open this, I didn't know. They did not just way. Okay. No, did they have not that thing? Okay, actually it's here, to be fair. Because as long as I could remember, I think they have this kind of like this flap. So usually, oh yeah, okay, I found it. Sorry my man, okay. I kind of like struggle a bit open it. Okay, so we have the whole deck set over here. So we have Favrneel, if you can see over here. Just don't mind the resolution of it. I know it's a bit picky and my camera and my lighting is like off the charts. Okay, so we have Favrneel here. Okay, you only have one copy because I will have to explain the skill, right? So Favrneel here is actually the first continuous skill is that you can only have one Favrneel in this deck, so there's no persona, right? In this deck, only he himself. And then Auto Vanguard, during the beginning of your main phase, your opponent has to choose one of their regards if you retire, and if not right during this turn, he gets 10k1 crit. At the end of the the third skill on Vanguard Circle, when your opponent's rearguard is retired during your turn, you choose one card and move it to your soul and you draw one. So that's how he does. And last but not least, this is Favrneel's, the gimmick is that once per turn, at the end of the battle that he finished attacking the Vanguard, at the end of the battle that he finished attacking, he doesn't need to be attacking the Vanguard. If your total grid of dark stays in your soul is actually 13 or more, you counterblast 2, you restand and try -1. So technically that's what he does, that's the whole gimmick of Favrneel. So he's a restand, he has a single crit and double crit, and he can just swing twice with this one. And let's put it here just in case maybe you can see this thing. And not to mention, aside from this deck set as well, there's actually give you like 5 extra cards for this one. So we're gonna have to go 5 extra reprints, so we will go straight into it. Now we have the great one right line for Favrneel, which is the same as Ground Grace, but I really don't want this card. But nonetheless, I explain what the skill is. Well, this card is being ridden upon, you draw one and choose one card from your hand and discard it. So it's kind of meh, but yeah, it is what it is, right? So we have the grades. Oh boy, do we not have the grade 2? Okay, I remember because I do have the grade 2 over here, right? No way. I do I not have the grade 2 here? Okay, wait a minute. This is something really weird. They were supposed to give you a grade 2 for this right line. Oh, it's here. Okay, my bad. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so we have Gear Rhino. Continuous Vanguard, when you were to write from the right deck, instead of discarding one card from your hand, you soul blast 1 instead. So that's what Gear Rhino does, actually. So my bad, this is something really funny. Okay, and we have the starter itself, which I really like the starter. It has the gear static, so I kinda like it. Called Hand Striker Kit, so when it's being ridden upon, if you land cycle, you draw one, so it's a very generic starter skill for all the Vanguards, for all the D standard Vanguard. So that's all about it, so this is it. For the Favrneel right line. Now we get straight into the deck itself. For the time being, we have a Zeromoto. He is a card from BT7 if I'm not mistaken. So the skill is that 4 copies of him. Act rearguard once per turn, you counterblast 1 and move him to the soul. You look at the top 2 cards of the deck, call one to hand, call one to the rearguard circle and the rest to the soul. And that's about it. So he has to be filling the soul, but also gets to hold extra rearguards. And now we have the, I don't remember, Warpierce. I think Warpierce Dragon, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what his full name is, but he is originally a PR, so 4 copies as well. Rearguard, once per turn, soul blast 1, and you choose one of your opponent's rearguard. Soul blast 2. You choose one of your opponent's rearguard and retire it. And rearguard, when this main attack hits, you get to soul charge 2. Okay, you may soul charge 2. So that's actually like quite good as well. Not only he can soul blast to retire, but he can also soul charge as well. Now we have 4 Time Jared Dragons. Time Jared Dragon was a card in BT03 or 02, I don't remember. That he counted as a rare, which the skill is that when he is placed on a rearguard circle, you choose 1 card and move to your soul and you draw 1. So quite nice as well. So it kind of gives you to fill in the soul as well as you get to draw, so that Favrneel can reach 13. So basically that's the whole gaming of this deck. Now, and the extra thing for the most extra good thing about this set, which is only exclusive only for Favrneel, is Hordis. I'm not sure his English name is Purgatory Barret Hordis. So he has a very amazing skill, and I'm gonna explain to you. Now, rearguard auto once per turn. The first skill is that at the end of the battle, that is, he attacks the Vanguard. If you have a Vanguard with Favrneel in his card name, you move into your soul and choose one of your opponent's rearguard and retire it. Okay, so you get to retire. And also second, in the soul, at the beginning of your right phase, if you have a Favrneel Vanguard, you bind him, discard one card from your hand, and you activate Persona Right. And until the end of this turn, you cannot activate Persona Right by any other card effects, nor can you write. So it helps you to ensure that Favrneel can do the Persona Right thingy without actually writing. So he is like a huge good additional big buff to Favrneel, which only usually sits in, because like Favrneel doesn't have Persona, right? So he's gonna sit like at 23k double crit, but with this one he can swing for like 33k with a double crit. So that's kind of nice as well. And so that's for this, and now we have the Squalid Freaks. Squalid Freaks. So he is also originally a PR for Favrneel. But it's not foil, okay. So first skill, continuous in the soul. He, if you did not write during this turn, he gets a grade +2. So he's a grade 4 in the soul, so which is good. So which means that you can help Favrneel to bump into his 13 grade faster. Second skill, also in the soul, if when your grade 3 or when your grade 3 Vanguard attacks, if you did not write during this turn, you bind this card and all of your front row units plus 5k, so which is good, and also can have bumps up Favrneel's power as well, right? So we have Squalid Freaks, and now we have Ashurda. So Ashurda is a DBT03 card, if I'm not mistaken, or 04. I could have been thought it's a 03 card. But Ashurda's skill, Continuous Guardian Circle. If you have 7 cards in the soul, he gets 5k shield, so he gets additional 5k. And at the if he is also second skill, if he is retired from the Guardian Circle, you move into the soul. So 2 grades, plus another additional 2 grades in the soul, which is quite good. Please don't mind my camera, so it's kind of like iffy. Now we have 2 Gungrounds, which is something that everybody's been looking for, despite all of the years. Everybody's looking for the reprint. We have Gunground over here. So when this unit swings on the rearguard circle, you soul charge 1, so that's quite generic. And rearguard once per turn, you soul +3 and you draw 1. So alright, quite good as well, because you need to draw power for Favrneel. We have Ling, which comes out in the Graduate TD last time. So her skill is that when this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, if you have place a rearguard circle, you look at the top 2 cards of the deck, one to your soul and the rest of the bottom of the deck in any order. So that's Ling's skill, and then we have the 4 effect PGs. So the ones that doesn't really require you to discard another additional hand. We have like 2 or less cards in 2 or more cards in your hand, I think. Yeah. I mean, like if you have like 2 or less cards. So basically, effect PGs, 4 of them. I kind of glad that they kind of like reprinted this in the Deckset so that you don't have to like scramble around looking for another effect PGs. 1 Dark States OT, which is the Dark States Gorogami, if I'm not mistaken. His name is so hard to pronounce. But when you drive check, if you drive check him, you can give 100 million to one of your units, and additional effect, your Vanguard will get continuous 10k with 1 crit. So if you combo with Favrneel, it's going to be very, very scary as well. Alright, so we have the 4 crits, the vanilla crits for this one. Flinty Slasher, we have Lively Breath, Draco Kid, all of them are reprints from the previous ETs. We have Advanced Clock, Draco Kid, so over here we have Fire Futo, Alessandra, and there you go. So that is the rest of the main deck at the moment. And you probably realize and figured out that this deck has also had like a lot of victories like Bastion. So I kind of want to fix that, I mean, defensive wise, Favrneel, I would say personally, is not that great, but I mean, that's about it. It is what it is, but that's how it goes. Now, for the next additional 5 cards is reprints for the previous BTs or like cards that has been sought after, and promos as well. So we start with Expeller, which is a card from DT02, if I'm not mistaken. Auto Rearguard, when he attacks a Vanguard, you soul charge 1, so he's quite good for soul charge. And Soul X in the Soul, you counter +1 and move into the drop zone, and soul charge 1 and you choose one with Vanguard's +DK. So it kind of helps buff Favrneel way bigger than he is already, so quite good as well. Now, Favrneel Performer. Favrneel Performer is also one of the most sought after cards in dark states as well, because Favreneel's skill is that when he boosts, you choose one of your and if your Vanguard if your soul does not have that rate, you choose one card from the drop zone and shove it into your soul. So quite good as well. If you have, like, say your soul has 0, 1, 2 but doesn't have a 3 and you have a great 3 in your drop zone, you can just basically shove it. So he's quite a very good card as well. I've been looking for him for quite some time. So yeah, I mean that's kind of nice. And then Brainwash Swirler. Now Brainwash Swirler is also a very sought after card as well. So unfortunately, all of these cards were supposedly like a triple rare, double rares back then, but this time they are going to be in the common foiling version. So Brainwash Swirler, when it's placed on Raycard Circle, you soul charge 1, and auto Raycard skill, when you soul charge when your card soul charges into the soul by a card you find, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit costs 5k. So let's say if you soul charge 2, he gets 10k, if you soul charge 3, he gets 15k. So very good. You can see why a lot of people actually are looking for him right now. So we have like this one, and then we have Gratis Gratia. So it's one of the Regalis pieces that is comes out in BT08 or BT0. No, I think it's BT08 if I'm not mistaken. So the skill is that you can only play this card if you have a Vanguard with a Persona rank icon, which Favrneel has, and you can play it if you did not Persona rank, right? If you did not, right? Yeah, okay. So you activate Persona rank, and that's what it does, right? You draw one and burn your plus 10k, so quite good. And then after that we have Eligos. Eligos was meant to be a short PR. Thankfully, I have 3 of these already on standby because I know that they're gonna have to come out with this one as well. So Eligos' skill is that auto Regard, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, if you have Favrneel Vanguard, you put your other Regard into your soul and choose one of your opponent's Regard Battalion, and if your soul or Dark States cards in your soul is 13 or greater, you counter charge 1. So it's quite good because the fact that he can actually help Favrneel to replenish his counterblast for the next turn as well. So Favrneel takes counterblast 2 and Favrneel gets and Eligos helps him to countercharge. So that's actually very, very nice. And yeah, it's very nice that they kind of really wanted to repaint this card as well. So my final thoughts on this deck set. Personally speaking, I would say Favrneel is with all of these new support, it will be not as meta, not very meta, but it is a fun deck to play, and that's why I decided to pick up Favrneel. That's the first reason. The second reason is because I don't play Captor, I don't play Prime Gate, so that's why I really didn't get Office or I didn't get Prime Base. But if you are keen, I highly suggest that if you really want the Elementaria, the Blitz or the Perfect Guard Sentinel, get Office instead. But if you already, if you feel like you wanted to play Dark States, if you really want to get into this, this game and Dark States, kind of like, and Favrneel kind of like, I would say, kind of like intrigues you to play into Vanguard, I suggest to get this deck as well. Well, all of them are very good deck sets as well. So I highly recommend to pick them up in the near future if you have the time. I mean, if you have the money, it's 200 ringgit. But I mean, for 200 ringgit for these cards, it's technically worth a lot because Brainwash Swirler at the market price in the triple rare foiling is already like about like 80. Around that price, the Gratis Starter is about like 80 or so. So Favrneel is about like 30 or 40, so I think it's a very good investment for you to get this one. PGs is only like 10 per. The Dark States OT is also like around like 30 to 40 per. If you are very lucky enough, you can get 20, right? But that aside, that's not the point. The point is that you can get a lot of good cards, new cards that cost probably more if you bought it within their original rarity. So I would say that if you really want to get this, I highly suggest you can get this as soon as possible and have fun with it. Alright, so that's about it for this entire deck set, Favrneel deck set. If you do like this video, hit like and subscribe, and that's the whole deck set in general. I'll be having fun with it tonight. I'm gonna go out with my friends to play with it. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm gonna have fun with it. Okay, this is Screen Professor 095 signing out. Yep, go away. Have fun with it. I'm just gonna have a blast with it. Alright, see you guys next time.